Testing, testing. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I was just trying to finish my breakfast there real quick. Sorry about that. Trying to finish this last bite. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here on a little pop-up stream once again, courtesy of Borris Audio Works, who decided to DM me last minute and say, hey, if you want to check out the sound pack from 2020 that now works in 24, almost, not completely done yet, it's ready to go. So I said, you know what? I was going to stream today anyway. Let's hop back in the 737. Let's fire up the 100 years livery, which just dropped. I think this is a big win for American. I actually really like the 100 years livery on the 737. So we've got that. We've got new sounds. Cancun is dead to me because this MacroSim scenery still doesn't work in 24, even though it says it's updated for it. But we are at a FlyMech scenery that I had in 2020, free upgrade to 2024. Cozumel, Mike Charlie Zulu. We're Cozumel. We're going to fly up over the Gulf, right over into Miami. So it's morning time on the ramp, 7:15 or so on the ramp, and we got real weather as well, and should be a fun little flight up there as we take a listen to Borris Audio Works. I did just notice I'm missing my spoiler lever. Hold on. Where are you at? There we go. My Honeycomb Bravo was set up for the Duke. We're not flying the Duke today. We're flying the 737. All right. AJ Fernard, thanks for the $3 super chat. Welcome in. Says, I can't find this Borris on Orbix. I know. 1R. What's up, AJ? Thanks for the $3 super chat. Good to see you, my man. Again, remember, it's a TBD released, to be determined on the release date still. There are a couple things still missing. It's not entirely finished yet, so we'll keep that in mind. But I'll be very curious to hear your guys' opinion, because everyone seems to say PMDG sounds aren't good. I actually thought they're pretty good. So I know Borris can bring it. There can only be one GOAT when it comes to sound design, and in my opinion, that is Borris. So let's see if it holds true one more time. Drew Smith, what's up? Thank you for the 14 months of support. Appreciate you, my man. Howdy, V1. Howdy, right back at you, man. Glad to have you here on this Thursday afternoon. It should be a fun flight. Who's ready to rock and roll? 2 days left, guys. I got today and tomorrow, and then I am sim bound, and I will be MIA probably for, I'm not sure. I got a couple of videos I think I'm going to release while I'm gone, but we'll see. I don't know what the schedule is going to look like after Friday, but let's enjoy our time on this one as we hear the Borris Audio Works. So I'm going to reset the drone cam, hop into the cockpit. Man, look at that. 100 years livery on this is really freaking good. I mean, it just feels complete, you know? It feels complete. PMDG sounds are good. They're just missing the engine rollback sounds on TOD and transition from 280 to under 250. Well, Flight Sim guy, I've got the audio all the way up on this one, so you guys will be the judge. You let me know how it sounds. So we're going to go ahead and get right started with our cockpit flow, right? We're going to come on in here. Ooh, we have more paperwork. What is this? O'Hare NOTAMs? I can assure you the O'Hare NOTAMs aren't that short. Well, that's just kind of cool. So they kind of custom this to the livery. Document 6, O'Hare to DFW. I mean, that's pretty cool that they could do that there. Right, so we come into the cockpit. We're going to check for emergency equipment, crash axe, fire extinguisher, circuit breakers, escape rope up overhead. We'll hang Mr. RSR's jacket right there in the closet, so he's good to go. We'll come up to the aircraft. We realize that there is no ground power on it, so let me hop over to the ground operations, and let's go ahead and connect. We're going to bring the GPU card over. We are going to board by stairs today in Cozumel, so we're going to wait for that to come on over. While we wait, we can take a look at the power up procedure. We're going to go battery switch is on, standby off, alternate flaps, electric hydraulics off, gear down, 3 green indicated. Wonderful. Go ahead and connect. Ooh, definitely sounds a bit different. I think what, ooh, spicy little shaker sound. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to stop talking, and I'm just going to work through my flow. That way you can listen to the sounds. I got sounds all the way up. You tell me. Here we go. I'm going silent for overhead panel flow. All right, so that was our initial panel flow. I got to wait to check the hydraulics here as soon as we get the screens powering. Definitely can tell the switch sounds are a little bit different. A little bit more quiet. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty juicy. Callie Simmer, good morning. How you doing, Callie Simmer? Callie Simmer, so I've been flying the UH-1 Huey off stream. I've actually been making videos, and I've been flying nowhere but Orange County and LA and like up the coast of California. It's amazing. You've all had some really cool weather. I have a video coming out, Half Moon Bay Rescue, and I also have a bear, what is it, Big Bear mountain rescue video as well. But I can't always stream on the West Coast because everyone gets upset if I keep flying California. So we're back out here in the Gulf, but hope you're having a wonderful morning out there. Hope all is well. All right, we finally got our screens coming back here. We'll take a look at our hydraulic quantity. Sorry, 92 looks good, and the oil quantity 18 quarts. We can go ahead and bring GPS left back over here to here. Wonderful. We'll set the parking brake and we'll head outside. Now we're going to continue our overhead flow with the overhead. So here, I'm going to continue my big time flow over the top. You guys take a listen. Okay. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Is ignition left and even day? I actually didn't check. What is today? 8th? Yeah, it is 8th. You're right. Ignition right. Thank you, sir. Ignition right. So we got the overhead flow is completed. All right. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let's go ahead and continue doing everything else here. We've got, let's see, 8 is for Cozumel. We'll get that coming in here. Also need to set the radio panel. I missed one there. Let's go ahead and turn you up.
Feedback all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Victor.
Rip ears. Information, Victor. Magic Bell Ref will update you. Aviation dude, good to see you, man.
Information, Victor. 1215 Zulu. Wind 100 at 5. Visibility 7. Few clouds at 1,500. Scattered at 7,000. Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 24. Dew point 23. Altimeter 2996.
96
Landing and
is set.
departing runways 0512. Transition level 195. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Victor.
All right, information, Victor. Good deal. Aviation dude, 9546. What's up? Thank you. Says just reactivated my Aveo account. Should be connecting soon. American 811. Oh, very cool, Aviation dude. Well, welcome on board, man. Glad to have you on board. Should be a fun little flight up there. Per the FAA, did you make sure cabin lights are in the off position? Flight Gamer, let's do that right now before I have to rage. They are full bright. We are full bright lights here. We've got the Divine lighting panel. Let's go ahead and see if we can't figure this out. So automatic cabin lighting off, both zones off. Look at that. We're becoming flight attendants. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and make sure the cameras are set up for checklist reading. And let's see. So you need to come this one over here. All right. I like it. So we've got chicken dinner, steak dinner right here. We've got the view set up. The IRS is in the alignment phase. Let's go ahead and pull our flight plan request. Cozumel to Miami. We're going to select that route. We'll bring it on in. Let's have Jeff get us a clearance here.
American
Let's go ahead and pull up aft, forward galley.
Tower. Expect runway 12, noodle 2. Charlie departure. Squawk 0230.
Noodle 2, Charlie departure, squawk 0230, American 357.
Alright, uplink you.
American 357. Read back correct.
What will we squawk in? 0230, 0230.
Wilco, American
Zero.
357.
That is set, Noodle 2. So let's take a look at that here on the charts. I actually have it on my real EFB, but we'll look at it right here. Departures. RNAV runway 12 is what we're looking at. And this has got the RNAV, no. Where are we at? There we are. I think, is this it? No? Well, they got us on 30? Oh my gosh, those are stars. Departures, runway 12. That looks better. Cozumel, so it's going to be the RNAV, runway 12. So we're going to pin that. We'll load it back in here. Noodle 2 Charlie departure procedure. Off 12, and we're going out to Noodle, which is up here at or above. Flight level... doesn't say. Transition altitude is 18.5. So, well, it doesn't give us a climb too, does it? Probably get something on departure, but let's go ahead and just set our top altitude right now. If tower gives us something different, we'll come back and change that. We got 370 set. We're going to be blasting off runway 12. So let's set that around. Let's activate our route. We'll execute that. Departure arrival. We'll start plugging that away here. So departure arrival off of runway 12. Scroll over to the Noodle. Where are you at? Noodle 2 Charlie. Execute that. Back to the arrival index. Miami. We're planning ILS 9er. And it was a Sandbar 3, I believe. Was it Sandbar 3? Let's go to our OFP here real quick. Yeah, Sandbar 3 off Maxime. We'll take the leg transition to have the full ILS 9er set up. We can adjust that as necessary. So our flight plan, we'll step through this here. No discos, that looks good all the way. INS runway 9er. Wonderful. All right, let's take a look at this. We'll come here to our performance tool. We'll select, oh, not performance tool, excuse me, weight and balance. We'll load aircraft from the sim brief. And then we'll throw you back over here and get rid of that. We'll simulate fueling is complete. 13.6. Nothing in the center tank. Seatbelt sign will come on. Let's go ahead and start the APU from outside view. Let me get the camera set up. So this will be an APU start with Borris Audio Works. About right there. That looks like a good camera angle if you ask me. All right, APU is coming on. Ooh. Just gonna flick you off like that, KW? Darth Rust, my PFP7 did show up. Yes, I have it next to me. I use it for the Max. It's my PFP4, my 747. Man, that sounds pretty dang good. All right, APU is up and running. We'll start the chrono. How does one start a chrono? Chrono. There we go. We'll get that going for 3 minutes. We'll go ahead and get the APU on bus. APU is on bus. We got 3 minutes before we can get the bleed over. Let's continue programming the rest of our situation here. So take a look at our fuel ladder. Back to our flight plan here. Reserve fuel 2.2 plus 4, 2.6. We'll call that cost index of 88 because I got to pick up the kids today from school. We'll execute that. Not going to worry about that. And one limit. It's Borris Audio. There's only one way we do N1 limit with Borris Audio. We do 27K takeoff bump, no D rates, no flexing nonsense. So we're going to get the full maximum Borris Audio works. We'll verify TPS flaps 5 here. I've been looking at some of my real world paperwork that I'm going to be using for the schoolhouse. Seems to be flaps 1 is much more common, but we're going to go ahead and rock a flaps 5 departure because this is what this has been calculated off of. Flaps 5, we got trim of 4.86. 4.86, switch on. Right about there. That sounds good. V speed's 28, 30, 42. So let's go ahead and set this up. We're going to go V speed 142 here in the IAS window. The inbound course, if we have to come back around, let's take a look at that again on the charts. If we did have to come back, RNAV 12 is the only option. The final approach course is 117. So what I'm going to do per our SOP, we'll actually look at the runway course line now. It's just there's no ILS, and it's actually going to be 118. So we'll set 118 in our MCP across the board. Our heading will be 118 as well, but it is going to be an RNAV out of here. If we look at the SID, we are going to be RNAV off the ground. So it'll be LNAV, VNAV off the ground. 370 is set. Speeds are set 42. MCP is completed. That looks good there. We've got fueling on board. We've done all of that. No cut back, none of that nonsense. Full Toga. It's been 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and activate the APU bleed. Pack's coming on. We'll get some air conditioning. Oh, the pack's spooling up. And let's go ahead and run a before start checklist to the line, please. All right, before start checklist to the line. Oh, I didn't check the oxygen. My bad. Because I was too worried doing the silent flow. All right. Parking brake set, oxygen check, navigation transfer display switch is normal and auto. Window heat is on, pressurization. Auto and set. Terrain display selected. MCP set. Displays checked. Auto brake. RTO. Fuel quantity and distribution 13,600 pounds and checked. CDU checked. Engine start levers. Cutoff. Transponder. TARA. Aileron and rudder trim. 00. Departure brief complete. Fasten seatbelts on. APU is on buses. Fuel panel set. Flight forms AML on board accepted. Aircraft 840 November. PEDs are off before start checklist to the line. XP72, what's up, my man? Good to see you. And Wrong Side is in the house. Good to see both of you gentlemen. XP, I was watching your little level up stream yesterday. I see XP enjoying that level up stream. What is that helicopter there next to us? Is that an Iveo aircraft or is that Beyond ATC? So I'm running some testing. I'm running Beyond ATC alongside Iveo. Doing some internal testing. Wow, the internal cabin sounds here are very nice. With the wind sound. Ooh, there's a Learjet over there too. So, very cool. But yeah, XP, I saw you enjoying X-Plane over there. I think XP is enjoying X-Plane a little too much. I don't know, I'll tell you what, man. X-Plane at night in the airport is just unbeaten. Does it inject if you use both? That's what I'm trying to find out, Twistwasp. That's what I'm trying to find out. Boris, good to see you, my man. Also for takeoff, sit in front of the engine. So, Hotshot, what do you think of this one here? A pre-takeoff check for Borris Audio Works. Let's check out our views. I'm thinking this view for engine start, this view for takeoff. Is that approved from Borris Audio Works? Engine start and takeoff views are set. Wonderful. So since that's all completed, let me do a radio check. Radio check on 22.8. Oh, I need to be on 22.8, don't I? I need to be on 22.8. Got a radio check on 122.8.
Alright, that one works.
Yeah, I was on the wrong freak. Sweet. Are you in that Learjet?
Yep.
All right, we're ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead and close up shop. We'll go ground operations. We're on buses, so we'll release the ground power. Let's go to ground vehicle services. Let's go ahead and release all, not request all. Releasing all vehicles. Goodbye. Get ready for engine start. Level up surprised me how much I like it. I know, XP. There's something, it's there. I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it too. What I want to do, XP, is I want to fly that 600. Take a little WestJet 600 ops into Alaska. I mean, I think that would be pretty sweet. I really enjoy the model on the level up for some reason. Maybe it's just the fisheye lens that we have to deal with in Microsoft that it looks different when you're looking at X-Plane 12. But was there any question who the Lear was, AJ? No, I didn't. I didn't think so. But yeah, Twist Sauce about injecting both. That's what I'm experimenting, right? I'm experimenting Iveo, a combination beyond ATC. All right, so they're all pulled back, ready to go. Let's go ahead and release the chocks. And let's go ahead and we're going to actually have to switch freaks. So tower is actually going to be on the 18-0. That's what I'm going to be on. Request push and start on 18-0.
357, rank 5, request pushback and engine start.
American 357, Cozumel Tower, pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest.
All right, before start checklist, Pro Pete's coming on. Hydraulics are coming on. Packs off, packs off. That's auto on, anti-collision, doors out. Verify we have pressure. We do. And flight deck door is closed and locked. Cockpit to ground. Good. Cockpit ground brakes are set. Let us know when you're ready. We are ready for pushing. Whoa, look at that. I don't know. Captain problems. Do the things. Below the line, Pro Pete on. Hydraulic panel set. Doors and windows close and lock. Anti-collision light on. Before start checklist complete. Brakes release. Clear to push. Thoughts on Beyond ATC versus sand tensions? I get this question all the time. XP72 uses sand tension sometimes. I prefer Beyond ATC for what I want to do. I am focusing on traffic management. Not traffic management. Traffic injection, rather. And having a first officer run radios when I'm in the airport environment. That's my goal. And it fulfills it for me. I don't really have a need to try sand tensions. Dreamerosity, I am. I'm using an RTX something or other. Exclamation point specs. I'll bring it up for you. Look at that Learjet pushing back. All right, we'll go ahead and complete the push there. We're going to just do our manual turn around. Cockpit around, push complete, set brakes. Brakes set, clear, disconnect. We're going to start them up. No further communication to the flight deck because we're doing Borris audio sound starts. So here we go. Get ready to ground 2. Shh. Sounds are all the way up. Let me just double check. Microsoft sounds are all the way up. Here we go. Grounding 2. Shh. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like it. Let's do it. Should we do an external engine start for number 2? Or number 1, rather? Let's do a number 1 engine start. Or, yeah, number 1 engine start external view. There's Boris Cook in chat. Here we go. Grounding 1. Whew. That's pretty dang good. Sounds are supreme. All right, we got 2 good starts. We're going to go generator, and then I'm going to go ahead and run my after start flows. We're going to go auto, off. That's all good there. APU is coming off. Stereo lights coming on. And flaps fife. Follow me on the flight controls. That's pretty freaking good. All right, flight controls checked, recall checked. Let's do an after start checklist. Oh, I almost dropped my phone. After start checklist. Anti-ice as required. Generators on. Air conditioning and bleeds are set. Flaps set. Flight controls checked. Recall checked. After start checklist complete. We need to be back on 22.8. And Cozumel traffic, American 357, good taxi runway 12, Cozumel. Taxi lights coming on, brakes released. Spinning around.
Cozumel, Lear 646 Alpha, Whiskey departing 12.
Okay, I do miss that part. Listen to this little spool up here. Listen to this little thrust ad. That little whooshing sound. I don't know what that is, but that's pretty good. All right, there is a Lear departing 12. We have to back taxi, so we're going to hold short up here. We should be blasting off here in front of us. There he goes. There's a Learjet. Fuel rush. Is that like the fuel pumps moving in? It's whatever it is. It's awesome. Man, a little Lear 35 is getting after it. Man, how heavy are you? Hopefully he had his flight control lock off. Aviation dude, you're having throttle problems? All right. It does have the resonant vibration, Matt. I heard it real quick. Let me do it again. Let me see if I can get it to trigger again. Cozumel traffic, American 357, back taxi, runway 12, Cozumel. Alright, we're going to back taxi. We're going to get all the lights on. That's coming up. Alright. For takeoff checklist to the line. Takeoff data and bugs. Closeout received and checked. Flaps 5. Green light. Stab trim 4.86 units. Takeoff brief complete. HUD set. Generators on. Air conditioning and bleeds. Auto and set. For takeoff checklist to the line. And since we're already on the runway, MCP and ND checked. Runway is going to be runway 12. PA complete. Lights are set. For takeoff checklist complete. Flight times prepare for takeoff. Alberto, what's up, my man? Good to see you, buddy. Flight Force, what's up, man? Just flew an 800 and I sat window seat. All right, Flight Force, so how does it sound? You just flew a 800 and you're in the window seat. How's it sound to you? I'll pull up my chart here. All right, we'll go back to tower and request departure.
American
Ready to aviate? Oh my gosh, please don't ever say that on the radio.
Backtrack runway 12. Call when ready for departure.
Backtrack runway 12. Call when ready. American 357.
Don't ever say ready to aviate on the radio. Oh my word. It's true to life, Flight Force? I think it sounds pretty good. If you called up Miami Tower and I am ready to aviate, you called center holding for release, they'd be like, what? Confirm you are ready for departure? State your runway? I feel embarrassed and it's just an AI voice. Man, Revenge of the Yellow Sim is returning for these sunrises. What happened in Sim Update 4? I feel like it never used to be this yellow. And it is Mexico. All right. Who's ready? Yoga's in hand. Oh, hold on. We got to request departure.
American 357, ready for departure, runway 12.
Yeah, we're flying into the sun. Sun's rising.
American 357, Cozumel Tower. Wind 100 at 5, runway 12, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 12, cleared for takeoff, American 357.
Zippy, I'm about ready to fire Jeff Faviano after he said ready to aviate. You're next in line. All right, Yoga's in chat. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet throughout the whole takeoff phase. I'm just gonna mute my mic. So enjoy the whole takeoff sequence. Here we go.
V1.
Debris.
American 357, contact gate departure 12 for decimal 3.
Contact gate departure, 357.
Oh my goodness. Flaps 1.
400 feet.
American 357, gate departure. Good morning. Identified. Climb to 18,000 feet.
Climb to 18,000 feet, American 357.
All right, flaps up after takeoff checklist. Gears up and off. RTO is off. Lead packs are as associated. Wow, that rotation. There's new sound there for the rotation, like the nose wheel coming off. Flying into the apocalypse. I don't understand what's going on with the yellow sim in 24. The sun rises. Ooh, wow. Get that nose back up there. 275. Sorry, it's Mexican radar. They can't tell. Get above these clouds and won't be as yellow probably. That humming is different, and it's I can tell the tone of the hum for sure. Alright, intercept this inbound left turn. Banking a check left. You're in meteorological. Yeah, wrong side. That's actually Fly Navy voice. Did you hear the positive rate call? That's a fake Boeing pilot, though. He's an Airbus. He's a Timu Airbus pilot now. He's leaving the Boeing. That was his call out. Brandon Aviation, I love this livery, man. I like it better than the regular American. This looks more complete. All right, here's 10,000 feet. I'm going to just go ahead and go Command A so we can enjoy the sights and sounds of the climb out. Free him and hire V1. I know. Oh, is there we got to pull the jump seat out.
You call this a jump seat? I'd rather sit in the lab.
Hey, amen to that. Amen to that. Your PC blue screen aviation, dude, is probably it's probably Chase Plane. Who's that guy? I don't know who that was, but that was pretty funny. I have to go home, change my bridges after hearing these sounds. Where is the there's normally Borris. Did you do a like mic thing where you can like turn on your noise canceling? I forget where it was in the Borris pack. The headset? Nope. I want to turn it down, but it sounds. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Press the boom mask button on the overhead or pedestal. Oh. Oh wow. A20's confirmed. That's what I will probably hear with my A20s, or excuse me, Pro Flights. But I'd rather. Gosh, why does my sound mixer do this? It's just so annoying.
Bank angle.
Turn it down a little bit.
Bank angle.
Good morning, V1.
Cali
Bank
Simmer.
angle for you for a yummy latte. Message for Borris. Lol.
Uh-oh.
Borris, if you release the sound pack today, I don't think anyone would be mad. Just saying. Lol. Bravo to another great sound pack.
That was straight to you, Borris. Cali Simmer, thank you so much for the $10 bank angle check. And I forgot to show you. I did. I got a yummy latte right here. Honey Badger Latte. One of my favorite ones. Honey Badger Latte. Thank you, courtesy of Cali Simmer. Appreciate you. I don't think anybody would be upset either. I think Borris should release this today. It's not complete yet. A few more rounds of beta testing, he says. Man, that whole ground experience was very immersive, though. Very immersive. Are 820s worth the price? If you're going to be in a loud airplane, yes, 100%. If you're going to be in an airliner, get the Pro Flights. Best investment I ever made my whole life. I love my Pro Flights. Thank you again, Cali Simmer. Captain Minnesota, thank you for the 4 months of support. Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle. Thank you, buddy. Classic Jet Sid Pilots in the house. How you doing, buddy? Says hello, ladies and gents. We sounding good today? Yeah, we are. We're sounding good. What I should have done is turn the autopilot right on at 400 feet, so I tried to capture that reduction. The thrust reduction was also very nicely done. Do I need any more wallpaper? I sure do, Nabil. I sure do. I've got three computers that need wallpapers. Add us all as payware beta testers. That's wrong side. There you go. There's some fun Easter eggs in the paper pad posted on the wall in the back of the cockpit near the jump seat. Had a good laugh. I saw a note from Wyland Utani. And I was looking at, you talking about the, nope, there's 18,000 feet. Let's go ahead and set standard. Get the rest of our lights off. All right, climbing through 18. Everything looks good. We'll clear the baro ref. Yeah, I was looking at these earlier, but this is like, I think it's custom delivery, right? I mean, that's pretty neat. I know we got the cookies underneath here. Spilt cookies. Gotta clean up the mess. Put those back. You know, trying to just get into the engine sound here as we accelerate. McAllen, good to see you. Just finished my 8th flight in the MD-80. This thing is something else. I love it. McAllen 25, my man. I bet it is, man. I bet you're loving that MD-80. I've seen a few videos of it. It looks good. I have it. I just, like I said, I gave it one day to get it installed. I couldn't do it. I Alt F4'd. I will definitely be revisiting the MD-80 when I come back from training. But right now, I'm all hands on deck, trying to stay proficient in this thing here as I go through the sims. Yep, no retractables on this one, Dan Draney. PMD engines are so slow on thrust reduction, the 7.3 and 777, it makes them so much less dramatic. Ah. You're talking about the rate at which they reduce the thrust? Yeah, it's not like the IAEs on the Airbus where it's just, almost sounds, but I mean, I think that's got to be true to real life, because when I'm on an Airbus and they go straight, like I always told guys, I was like, hey, just, you know, if you have a real low flex, so a very high thrust setting, or we're doing a takeoff, there's nothing wrong with ripping the thrust levers right back to climb. However, if you're sitting back there either behind the wing or right in front of it, and you go from Toga or a very low flex to climb, it almost sounds like a flame out. So I always look at just be easy, nice and gentle. You don't have to be so fast. Just come back nice and slow. There is a thrust range available there, right, between flex and climb. So just bring them back nice and easy. You don't get that big wow. But I never hear that in the 7.3, so I'm assuming that they must have a slower reduction, because in the 7.3 it seems very benign. Hopefully immersive audio is the MD-80. Yes, that's what I'm hoping for too, Kerful. I'm hoping that'll be ready to rock and roll. Hotshot, when are you going to do an MD-80 pack? Although the immersive audio is pretty good. Hotshot, when are you going to do a 727 sound pack? When are you going to do... what else is there that we need sound packs for? I don't know. He's already done the he's already done the Citation X, which is awesome. He's already done... We already have an MD-80 sound pack. I don't know. We need more Borris sound packs. 7.4s, yes. When are we going to do... You've been flying on enough 7.4s, Borris. When are we getting a 747 sound pack? A340 would be nice. L1011 would be nice. Echo 19 has the recordings, I believe, or at least I hope, because the Echo 19 was going to be involved in the L1011 sound pack, and he was doing the TriStar experience. So I'm really hoping that the IndyBuild sound packs are awesome. Bring that airplane to life. Maybe you should consult for the L1011 project, Boris. You're thinking of doing the IndyBuild 330 at some point? No. Do the 7.4. 7.4 first. The 748i, or yeah, 748i. I'm truly impressed with these sounds, Alberto. They are very good, man. They are very good. It's almost like there's a slightly different tone to the air rushing sound, too. A little bit deeper. I need the PMDG-600. I know. I'm looking forward to the 600 as well, man. Straight wing. Throw some old classic liveries on there. I love the 600. Do I notice a large difference in size between 320? Yes, of course, Patrick. The 320 cockpit is pristine for comfort. The 737. I've started the new year, man. It's good that I do it anyway, but it was extra motivation to get back on the meal train and the working out train for the 737. I can't be going up there, you know, outside of my peak fighting weight. I need to slim down just a little bit. It's definitely tighter. Korean had some Dash 800 with straight wings. Yes, I wish we had a straight wing available. We used to, but I guess it would require a model change, and they're not interested in doing that. Which, hey, I'm fine. Focus on the 7.4. We don't need any more 737 tweaking. We need 747-100 from PMDG and 400. All right, 25 for 26. I'll zoom in. We'll get to turn the terrain off because we don't need that. We'll get traffic on there just in case. I guess technically I should be on 22.8 since we are on... I need to get wrong side Sims radio panel. That's one thing I need. 22.8 is up. All the way up we go. 26 for 370. Food pyramid changed. 737 slimming pilot since the 60s. Slimming pilot since the 60s. That's very true, man. Turk says, slim down, not with those steaks you eat, brother. Listen, man. You're believing the Rothschild diet plan. You need red meat, man. Red meat is key. Steaks, low carb, red meat, clean meat. You need to take it easy on the Kinder seasoning, Turk. Your freaking cholesterol is going to be through the roof. Dumps a half a bottle of seasoning on a chicken breast. My request, may I request a departure from John Wayne? Ooh, yes, Alberto, absolutely, my man. I will throw that in the, request bucket. We haven't done a John Wayne flight in a while, huh? Elk ribeyes are amazing, wrong side, yes. Chaos in the house, what's going on, man? Got tired playing support today? Gotta come take a break. Where's my community folder? Ribeye is at all levels of my food pyramid. Yeah, ribeyes are good. I prefer a leaner meat now. I like the New York strips, or I like tri-tips. Picanhas is when we want to be fancy. Seafood is good diabetic. Glad you got to be careful of the mercury, though. High protein plus moderate fats for breakfast and lunch. Introduce carbs for dinner. Great hack. Absolutely, Nabil. 1 meal a day, baby. That's all I need. I'm pretty much down to 1 meal a day now. Simming your way to John Wayne right now on the A306. Ooh. You know what, Classic Jet Sim Pilot? I was thinking about that. The A300 cockpit is going to be the closest cockpit we have to L1011. We might have to hop back in that. Borris, when are you going to do an A300 sound pack? Well, we need to get an A300 sound pack from Borris. Although the sounds are pretty good on the INI A300, aren't they? They're a nice, pretty good rumble. Fancy coffees don't count as a meal. Well, so here's the thing, Dreamerosity. I know. That's why I've also cut back. So I only do fancy coffee when I break my fast. So I do the intermittent fasting, and I started a couple years ago and I love it. I just love it. I feel like I have more energy longer, and I always used to have I just didn't feel good if I had to get up super early. Now when I'm on my intermittent fasting program, I feel like I have more energy and I feel better throughout the day, even when I got to get up super early. But what I have done is, before I break my fast, there's nothing. It's just either water or straight black coffee, not even honey. I normally put honey in there for allergy purposes, but now I do that at night. I do tea and honey at night for allergies, which is also awesome. But yes, fancy coffees only when I break fast. Are you going to try the new FSS 727-100? You know, I saw that got released. I need to pick that up. It's like $77 or something, right? I have the I was given the 200 and the ADV from FSS. I will have to purchase the 100. I'll take a look at it. Like I said, not this week. It'll be a while from now after training, when things settle down. Oh, we have to talk about absolute freaking heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak, chat, coming up here at cruise. We'll go over that here in a minute. But yeah, it's related to that. A straight back coffee is the only answer in the AM? Yes, it is, KW. Yes, it is. The A306 isn't bad in sound. I managed to capture the uniqueness of it, especially the taxi and takeoff, but could use some soundscape with Borris Touch. Yep, hear that, Borris? Get to work. Borris takes too many vacations. Oh, yes, he did the 757 as well. Yes, he did. Bo Nix, are you a Broncos fan? Yeah, Bluebird 75. Oh, no, not about the Beagle. It's about work. Matthew Eade. What's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Intermittent fasting was inspired by my religion's holiday, Ramadan. Yes, it was high altitude. Good to see you, man. Welcome on board. How is Sim going, Captain? V2 plus 10. Welcome in. Good morning. So far, so good, man. We've had a phenomenal soundscape so far. I'm keeping the sounds up louder than I normally do. I got to tell you, the engine start and taxi was pretty special. Takeoff was special. I'm going to have to go back and listen to the previous takeoffs. I'm going to run them side by side. Maybe we can do that at cruise. We'll run the takeoff side by side. But my favorite part so far, the resonance of the window, and then the idle spool. Actually, idle spool is number one favorite for me. Like right when you introduce or move that throttle up, you get that, and that's just, that was missing for sure in the original sound pack. But I'm going to have to do a side-by-side takeoff. We have to compare it. Who you got tonight, Ole Miss or Miami? Miami, dude. I think Miami's going to win it all. I'm rooting for Indiana because I think Mendoza is freaking great. I'm rooting for Indiana to win it all and surprise everybody. But, or maybe not surprise everybody, but I guess they are number one for a reason. But I think what side's the intellectual side of your brain? Whatever the smart brain, whatever side that is on, that believes Miami's going to win it all. I think Miami's the most dangerous one. But I'm rooting for Indiana. I think Ole Miss is actually going to get destroyed. Left brain? I'm not sure. I don't have a smart brain, so whatever is the less dumb brain. Logical brain? I don't know. I was surprised at Ohio State getting knocked out. I wasn't, man. They were frauds. Ohio State were frauds. Texas Tech were frauds. I would have much rather seen. I think it would have been I think A&M or not A&M. I think A&M were frauds. I think the Longhorns should have been in there, and I think if the Longhorns and Notre Dame were in there, we might have a different looking bracket right now. Not that I'm saying Texas would have won it all. I don't think they would have, but I think it would have been a little bit more interesting for sure. Tulane and James Madison. That was just a waste. And what that did, that was a tune-up game. So when you sit around for 2 weeks, that's ridiculous. Who is it? Miami? No, Oregon and Miami, right? They got to play tune-up games, and they just, yeah. You're going to be rolling on all cylinders. You don't want to sit idle. Brad Ward, what's going on, man? Thank you for the 13-month support. Over 1 year. Have fun at the schoolhouse. Hey, man, thank you for the support, dude. Over 1 year, indeed. Schoolhouse on Saturday, man. Schoolhouse on Saturday. As an OSU fan, we all knew Sand hadn't been tested all year until Indy. Yep. I paid more attention to college football this year because I was really trying to see what kind of quarterback class was going to come out, because I don't think Dak Prescott is good, and obviously the Jets need a quarterback. So I paid a little bit more attention than I normally do around the league. But having a month off for the top 4 seed has been a terrible idea. I agree, and I don't like it going into the championship is like what. Another week from now or 2 weeks from now? It's too far, man. It's going into the playoffs. The championship should be played on New Year's Day, or at least have all the playoffs, and then, the championship should be played tonight or this weekend. That's it. Having college go all the way into the playoff, NFL playoff window is not, Let's go IU. What's up, Lithona? Good to see you, man. Yes. Let's go IU, man. I'd love to see it. I think the Indiana story is pretty cool. V1, your new job is driving the 7.3. Will you be an FO? I will be. Hello from Santa Barbara. Hey, Santa Barbara. That's a beautiful area, man. Yes, I'll be right seat. That's why we got the checklist reader side over here. Yes, Captain. I will read the checklist, Captain. 1,000 to go. College championship needs to be on 1-1. Yeah, I would like it to be on 1-1, to be honest with you. Arch was looking adopted for a minute there. We should go back to Santa Barbara and the Bonanzas. Ooh, or Dukes. Or no, Huey Vodka. Hey, Vodka, you're going to be on later, so I won't be able to do 2 streams today. But if anyone is going to be around or they're interested, like I said, I'm flying the Snod off the Huey and actually the H-60. And if you fly the Bonanza slow enough, I mean, I can cruise at 120. If I take the Blackhawk, go farther. I want to load in. I want to test some stuff with Coastline West Coast on my home PC. So now that I got a 2K monitor at my home PC, I've been doing some more stuff with that. But like I said, I got to pick up the kids after this stream, and then I'm going to go home. I got to get the grill fired up because we're doing a party tonight, and football party. But yeah, I'll definitely be on, and we could do it through the Discord or something. But I just love, I mean, after flying, you know, the helicopters that I've been flying lately in Microsoft 2024, good look at Cuba down there. There is the U.S., west of the Colorado Rockies, there's just nowhere really interesting to fly anymore for me, in my opinion. I mean, there's some cool airports on the East Coast. Like, I especially think if we're going to do a night flight, New York, obviously, D.C., you got the river visual, you got the harbor visual, Portland, Maine. Miami is actually really cool. I don't know why, but I love Miami Blue Hour Dawn. Not so much sunset, but the Blue Hour morning in Miami International is amazing. If you do a takeoff in Blue Hour at Miami, is really fun. But there's no chat. The terrain is mid. The weather is typically mid. It's either clear or just zero viz or heavy rain or heavy overcast. But you get out on the West Coast, especially flying low and slow, whether you're flying the black square aircraft or helicopters, you know, going up the PCH. If anybody is looking to mix up their sim and you just want to fly something different, get some sort of piston or helicopter and do a tour from the top of Oregon all the way down the west coast of the United States, all the way down to San Diego. Or start in San Diego and go north. But I promise you, you will see things that you're like, man, that is actually really incredible there. And it's just refreshing. I feel like I've had a rejuvenation of enjoying the sim for much more than just airliner flying. But that's you gotta do the PCH West Coast in either a single engine. If you're doing a twin piston, make sure you're flying low. Don't get above 5,000 feet. You don't need to be above 5,000 feet. The mountains in Nashville, they are. I will say, Dreamer Roster, you're absolutely right. Actually, I think I saw a Classic Jet Sim Pilot. He flew F-28, or maybe it was Virtual Flight Diaries. He did a video or a stream into Asheville. Asheville is pretty. There are some. You're right. There are some niche little airports in the terrain there, in the what is it? The Blue Ridge Mountains. It's definitely fun, but it's much more prevalent on the West Coast. I was very impressed with, you know, Half Moon Bay, basically San Francisco area, just south of San Francisco, northbound. The cliff renditions in Microsoft 24 are very good. Like, it's not what I thought it was going to be. It was actually much more detailed than I thought. Crestview, that's the one. Yeah, Crestview. CRW, right? That's Crestview in the F-28? Yes. When are you going to hop back in A2A? Shakovic, I might release a video. So I've got one video done. I've got another one in the pipe that I'm finishing an edit on, and I might try to edit out one or two more, and I'm just going to kind of release them sparingly while I'm in training, just to give you guys something to watch. But, you know, now we'll get into it. Getting back to Heartbreak. So once my schedule settles down, right, it's going to be very unknown. My schedule is going to be very unknown and sporadic for the next, at minimum, 6 months now. It could have been 3 months. So, walk you through what happened. So, my particular operator that I'm at now, they just closed a very large vacancy bid. And what a vacancy bid is, you have senior pilots that are leaving the company, and when they leave, they create openings in whatever seat they were at. So if you had a 777 captain that's retiring, you now have an open vacancy. That's a seat that needs to be filled. And it doesn't have to be 777, it could be 320, 73, whatever. Wherever that pilot was that is retiring, or maybe they're just leaving on their own terms, retiring early, whatever it may be, medical out, whatever it may be, that creates an open seat that needs to be filled. So if that seat needs to be filled, it goes in seniority order. So let's say a 777 captain leaves. There's been a senior 777 FO. He wants to take that spot. He wants to go captain. So now he moves to the left seat. Now there's an open seat in the 777 FO spot. So who's going to fill that? Could be another 777 guy, whatever. Could be a narrow body guy, 73. So he jumps from 73 captain. He jumps to FO 777. Well, now there's an open spot in the 737 captain line. So then who's going to fill that? Could be a captain on the 320, could be a first officer on the 320, could be a 737 FO. Wherever he or she comes from, it doesn't matter. You're playing leapfrog, right? You're plug and hole, but there's always going to be one more open hole. You multiply this across 17,000 pilots, and however many hundreds are retiring, you have what's called a vacancy bid. So the company looks at this and says, okay, we need to add pilots to our fleets in whether the 777 fleet, the Airbus fleet, the 73 fleet, whatever it may be. And then they also have to factor in hiring new bodies and getting new bodies there. So there's a ton of movement. People will move from airplane to airplane to a different type, from left seat to right seat, from right seat to left seat. It's very complex. But what also is happening at the same time is because people are changing their seat and aircraft, sometimes they are also changing their base or their domicile. So for instance, if you want to be based in Dallas-Fort Worth in the great state of Texas, there could be a vacancy that needs to be filled there. So where do they get that vacancy? It's either going to be someone that's senior on the seniority list. Maybe you have a senior-ish captain in LAX, and he's holding his LAX schedule because he likes it, but he wants to go back to Dallas now and sit reserve because he's got, for whatever reason, or vice versa, maybe he wants to come to DFW to hold a line, so he's going to come fill that hole, and now there's a hole in LA. So the same hole plugging problem that is arising is also applicable to domiciles. So during this vacancy bid, you get to put in the preference of where you want to be. I obviously want to be where I live in the great state of Texas, and the whole bid ran for, my goodness, almost a month and a half. I think the bid closed in early December, like the first week of December. So everyone has been waiting to see what kind of movement is going to happen. Well, the awards, the preliminary awards, were posted yesterday, or a couple days ago rather, and it showed that my buddy, who's a friend of mine, he's one number senior to me. He was the last guy to get back into the great state of Texas. So I am still out by one. And here's the kicker. I was under the impression that the 737 would be a faster way to get back. Well, it turns out that there was a lot of guys that were on the Airbus that jumped to the 73. And there was actually guys junior to me on the Airbus that are getting back to the great state of Texas. So new hires even. So if I would have been on the bus, I would be back in the great state of Texas much sooner than I will be now. So that guarantees an additional at least 3 months minimum of commuting. But as the silver lining is, well, the next bid, I should, barring something crazy, I should be able to get back to the great state of Texas. Like I said, barring something crazy. But it's just a double kick. Like, I'd rather miss it by 50, Like, oh, okay, I missed it. But to miss it by 1, I got to be that lucky. I have to be the first guy out. Oh, and then to just add a little salt into the wound there. Like, oh, well, if you would have been on the bus, you would have got it. So I wouldn't have had to learn a new airplane. I wouldn't have to give up the creature comforts. But yeah, Vodka says, what if someone drops off the list? Well, then it will be saved for the next vacancy bid, Vodka. It will be saved for the next vacancy. Now, it's a preliminary award, so it's not final. There is a possibility that there could be some changes before the final award is posted, although it's about a 1% chance. Very small. It's not impossible, but very small chance. And I won't find that out for another week or so. But, yeah, that because I would have been back home sitting on reserve, streaming until I get called to go fly as early as March, where now the earliest it could possibly be, if all things align up, it would be July. So, but probably even later, probably closer to September. But yeah, just kind of, I saw that and I'm like, really? I thought initially, oh yeah, I'm not going to get it, doesn't matter. And then I saw, oh, everyone's getting it in your class. I'm like, oh, maybe I did get it. Nope, you're the last guy out. First guy out. I got a $20 super chat from Marty, my man. Thank you for the €20 super chat. Very kind of you, man. Appreciate you. He says, V1 question regarding the seatbelt sign regulation in the U.S. While in Europe, signs are switched on-off below 10 and 15,000 in smooth air. I have noticed you switched them off at only cruise. What's up with the policy in general? The U.S. policy is when it's smooth air, you can turn them off. It's really captain's discretion. I turn the seatbelt sign off sometimes out of 14,000 feet climbing out of my last operator. If it's going to be a smooth ride, say it's only going to be a 10-minute flight, maybe you're doing like John Wayne to Vegas, right? Super short flight, climbing out of 18,000 feet rather, and you're only going to be at cruise altitude for 10 minutes, turn the sign off early. There's no real hard set limit. Now, they do have to be on at 10,000 feet. At 10,000 feet, to my knowledge, the seatbelt sign has to be on in preparation for landing. So, is the seatbelt sign only captain switch? No, Avapollo. It will depend on your SOPs. So, for my last operator, it was whoever was the monitoring pilot. He did the seatbelt sign and did the cruise announcements. Whoever was pilot monitoring. So, now the captain obviously can override that. Like, say I'm pilot monitoring. I'm like, hey, I see those clouds up there. I know it's going to be bumpy, and the FO is really into his company study material for his upcoming check ride. I'll just be like, hey man, I'm gonna turn the seatbelt sign on real quick just to let him know. Make a small PA. Say, hey, folks with flight deck might have a little rough air up here, but seatbelt sign on for a few minutes. But it's very fluid. It's not a hard limitation. Oh, it's got to be on here. It's got to be off here. It's just a very fluid switch. And again, whoever flips the switch, it's going to be SOP dependent. AJ, thanks for the $3 super chat. Says, at least you get to fly the best plane, the Guppy. It is true, AJ. I mean, I'm going to miss the bus. There's no doubt about it. I love the Airbus. I believe in the Airbus. But this is going to sound really strange, guys. If I want to fly bus, I've got the greatest A320 simulation known to mankind available in the Fenix in Microsoft 2024. So if I'm really missing the bus, we may end up doing a lot more Airbus streams than I think, because I just want to sit back and chill and enjoy the Airbus. Now, do I think I'll go back to the Airbus? I do. I do think I'll go back to the Airbus, but, it's kind of fun to mix it up. It's kind of fun to have change. I know the Airbus. I'm comfortable on the Airbus. I'm not saying I'm bored with my life. I'm definitely not bored with my career, considering the ups and downs and the changes that have been happening. But to kind of jump into a whole new thing, like I wasn't planning on starting over my career at this point. 10 years in, there was no plan to restart from square one. But now that I am, shoot, why not experience something new at the same time? So I'm actually looking forward to flying the 737 a lot more than I initially thought I would. And the Airbus will always be there, The other thing with the Airbus is there's still a lot more growth on the Airbus. There's our particular airline is bringing in more Airbuses. So there will be some movement on the Airbus. And like I said, years from now, I probably plan on getting back on the bus. But right now, I've got something new. We're going to have a little fling. We're going to have a fling with the 737. And then we'll go back home to the girl that brought us to the dance on the Airbus. But right now, we're going to go have a little fling with the 73. Zippy Zapple, thank you for the 29 months of support. Says it's all about the journey, not the destination. Ain't that the truth, Zippy? Thank you for the 29 months of support, my man. Zippy Zapple, thank you for all you do in the Discord too, man. Keeping everybody in line. Appreciate you. All the support. Do you think the 6 and 900 will come out later this month? I believe Mr. Randazzo said that the next planned release was going to be in January, right? So I would be first quarter at least. I think we should see another variant of the 7.3. I think so. I think what held everything up, or kind of threw the original tentative schedule off, is the fact that they went ahead and redid some texturing. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm assuming that maybe before they release the next variants, maybe they're going to do some more ironing out of the texturing in the back or on the exterior model of the aircraft, and then they might push a big update all at the same time. So we'll see. That's just me speculating. I have no inside knowledge of that whatsoever. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. But I would be very shocked if we don't have another variant out by end of quarter 1 of 26. If your carrier has the max, enjoy the nice and long motoring times on startup, especially when it's hot outside. Oh, I know, Drew. Trust me, I flew the Airbus before we had dual motoring. So, yeah, we'd sit there in the alley for, 14 minutes. Before you had dual cooling. So when the Pratts first started coming online, it was an experience. Will you ever consider long haul flying? I'm not going to say no, but at the current phase of life, no. But I'm not going to say never. Somebody brought up a good point to me. They said, well, what about, when the kids are out of the house and do when the wife want to travel or something? Well, you have a good point there. So maybe later, right? That's why I'm not saying never. I just, at my current life state, not anticipating it. And that has everything to do with the fact that there's no 747s anymore. If there were 747s still flying long haul, I would be bidding first available 747 FO. No doubt about it. But to go fly a 737 on steroids for, double red eyes back to back and a 27 to 30 hour layover, nah. Count me out, Trout. Did you move to the Airbus 737 in real life? Yes, Eastnex, I have. Reset Jet says you could say it. You get to go back to being a real pilot again. That is true, Reset Jet. I won't argue with you there. Then go back to some real flying. There is the Airbus. You are a manager. There is no doubt about it. You are a manager in the A320. Is it not as fun? No, I'm not gonna say it's not as fun. It's just very different. 9 minutes TOD, where are you at? I am just behind you. Let me take a look at my progress page. 83 miles to TOD. 83 miles to TOD. Wow, this is a quick flight. This is a lot faster than I thought. There you go. You can see our TOD progress right there. Estimating Miami at, 13:55 sim time. It's going to be different than yours. Heck, should I just zap it to real time? Should I zap everything to live? That might mess up our cruise altitude. It's all right. We'll get back to it. We'll just go live time and everything. Now estimating real time 1934, 34 minutes. I love this livery. Do you guys like this livery? I mean, I think this livery is... For some reason, that 100 on the front of the airframe there and the little, like, infinity thingies, whatever those are, I think it looks so good. I thought it would be too busy, but it's not. It's just the right amount of it looks complete to me, you know? This is where I need chase plane. I need some more CTDs. Crepes in LA? Ooh, I love crepes in LA. What's the name of the crepe place? Cali Simmer. It is, hold on. It's in Long Beach, and it's Creme de la Crepe, I think. Creme de la Crepe. It's right downtown Long Beach. And you got to get the, I can't remember, the one with, I get the banana and strawberry and Nutella one. The Delta 100 livery. The Delta 100 is okay. I think it's good too. I think no, that's okay. It's more than okay. I like the Delta 100. I like it on that 321 Neo. Looks really good. I wish the 100 livery for Delta was their normal one. I think of all the available liveries in the U.S. mainline carriers, unfortunately, I think Delta's is the most boring one. There's no real good ones, I'll be honest. There's no real good ones, but I think the Delta one is the most boring. If Delta had a retro one with the black nose that were on the L1011s and DC-10, that would be one of the best retro liveries on a modern aircraft of all time. I think I saw a rendition of a Delta retro on the 220. It looked really nice. Astrojet is still goated. I agree, Nabil. It goes Astrojet, then classic bare metal, and then this one, if I were to rank them. High altitude. I downloaded this off the Flight Sim TO. Andrew P. Are they better than default? Actually, you know what? We have 59 minutes. Let's do a test. So I'm going to put our camera view here, and we're going to go full screen. I'm going to try something. Hopefully this won't cause issues. So we're going to go to one of my other streams. We're going to use the one we took off out of Costa Rica, I believe. Because that one, yes, Armenia. So I'm going to fast forward to the takeoff. And that's and we're going to listen to the sounds. All right, 505002, and then we're going to listen to the sounds of this takeoff again. 4955, 4940. All right. 7. All right, let's go. Sounds all the way up. Spool them up 40%. We're going fly. All right. So there. We're going to listen. This is the PMDG sounds. All right, PMDG sound. I'm gonna mute the current sim. And Google sounds are all the way up. So let's listen to this takeoff with PMDG sounds, and then we're gonna listen to Borris sounds. Flying. Here comes the Toga. Ready? Yoga. You're telling me that's terrible? Okay, I don't think that's terrible. Well, now let's listen to our takeoff today. So let me. Oh wow, this is like. I clicked on my live stream and it was picture in picture in picture. All right. All right, here we go. All right. Who's ready? Yoga's in hand. Oh, hold on. We got to request departure.
American 357, ready for departure, runway 12.
Yeah, we're flying into the sun. Sun's rising.
American 357, Cozumel Tower. Wind 100 at 5, runway 12, cleared for...
Does this count as an extra view?
Runway 12, cleared for takeoff, American 357.
Zippy, I'm about ready to fire Jeff Faviano after he said ready to aviate. You might
Chat
hear an
inception.
extra one. All right, Yoga's in chat. I'm going to be quiet.
All right,
I'm going to be quiet throughout the whole takeoff phase. I'm just going to mute my mic.
All right, stop talking. Let's
enjoy
go.
the whole takeoff sequence. Here we go. It fades out more, right? Hold on, hold on. 40%, we're going flying. Here comes the Toga, ready? Yoga. You're telling me that's terrible? So I still think they're both good, but I agree. The Borris has more detail in it. So it's got the way that buzz fades away. Definitely a little bit more detail, but honestly, pretty close. Pretty close. Now, where I think the biggest difference is for me is the idle spool. I love that idle spool up sound. That is the chef's kiss right there. That idle whoosh and the resonance. The resonance is really good too. Yeah, I don't know, Pilot Skippy, Pilot Skippied. I don't know why I had the volume level at the same on Chrome. I don't know why it was less loud, but that's why I turned the other one down. But I mean, you can rewind the stream and watch it again. There's definitely a difference. It sounds more detailed. That's how I would describe it. It sounds a little bit more detailed. You got the fading of the buzz. Hotshot, when are you gonna get the? Oh, when are you gonna get the E-Jet sounds done, Borris? Can you send me that file again? I think I lost it. Borris actually sent me a work in progress E-Jet sound a long time ago. Can you send that to me again? Do you still have it? All right, we got to prep for our descent into Miami. Let me make sure. Is Miami actually online? Miami is actually online. Wow. That's kind of cool. All right, arrival. Weather in Miami, 100 at 12, 10 miles, 2819. All right, cool, cool. Let's look at the star for Sandbar 3. We're going to be landing 4,000 feet at leg. So let's go ahead and start setting up the programming situation. We're going to set 4,000 feet here. 4,000 and knit ref. We're going to be flaps 30, 136, 110.9, 09 or 2 on the final approach course. 092, 092. And let's see, approach ILS 9. Barrow is 208. Yes, it is 208. So we'll set the barrow. Oh, I love having this. Best money I've ever spent is the 737 EFIS. 208 is set. Let's go ahead and put in the frequency of 110.9. All right, 110.9. 110.9 is on both sides. That's checked. Flaps 30, 136. We're coming on down. I'll throw the weather radar up. I don't think there's anything down there. We got weather radar on. No traffic to display other than the Learjet in front of us. We're going to plan auto brake 2. We'll run our landing data, and I also want to go to the, since there's Miami Towers online, probably have to have a gate ready for him. So we'll go to the 10.9. Where are you at? 10.9F. My goodness, Miami has so many charts. Down we go. Oh. I'll just pull out my real world chart here while we're listening to the spool down. I love it. Yeah, the base is redone. You hear that rollback? Oh, that is... It's right in the fields, man. So what, let's plan D concourse D42. Actually, no, where's the Cuban place? Isn't that like across from D25? Let's plan D25. That's easy to remember. D and a quarter, D25. Key West down there. Look at that wing view. Hello, real-time sim. All right, D25 is where we're going. We're coming down the Sandbar 3. We're programmed 4,000 foot on the bottom. Approach 110.9, 136 on the speed, 092 approach courses are set. Let's run the 737 land app or 737NG, flaps 30. Both landing weight, take a look here, is 123.9. So we'll go 124. 124, pressure altitude, sea level, outside air temp, 5. All right. 4225 is what's needed. Oh, let's see. Auto 3, 6876. And if we're landing 9, we do want to kind of roll it out a little bit. So let's stick with auto brake 2. We'll probably take Delta, Uniform Papa, Whiskey November, something like that, all the way back around. All right, so that's set. Let's go back to the approach page. I'll put you up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave my PMDG on this page, and I'm going to have my real-world approach chart up on my little side panel here. So that is set. Approach is all ready to go. You've been briefed. I've been briefed. Auto brakes are set. Forgot to blank this. Go back to our full screen cam as we get ready for our arrival into Miami. Some good keyline pie down there. Oh, I know, Dreamrosity. I love it. To me, the PMDG sounds like a 7.5 at least for Borris. Sounds better, to be honest. Yeah, I like them, man. I'm not. Trust me. I still believe. I love the Borris sounds, but I still believe that the default 7.3 sounds are miles better than what they were when the airplane first released in 2020. Like it's miles better. But like I said at the beginning, there can only be one goat. And to me, that goat is Hotshot. Hotshot 4512 up there in, I don't want to dox you, but are you flying again? What are you doing, man? I feel like you've had too much time off. You need to go back to work. Jeremy Harvey, good to see you, buddy. Says V1 Sim. A lot of the way the sounds turn out depend on where the mics were when the samples were recorded. So PMDG just had different mic placement for Borris. Yep, very true, right? So the location of recording will make a big difference. Absolutely, Jeremy. Yep. Yeah, there's no rollback in the 19-pack Flight Sim guy. I agree. How did you get the WinWing FMS working with the 7.3? It doesn't have the display working. Arish, make sure you have SimApp Pro running and updated. Launch SimApp Pro as administrator. Sometimes, very few times, I have to restart it. So, like, I'll load into the PMDG, load into the cockpit, close SimApp Pro, launch it as administrator, and then it should work. I've never had SimApp Pro not automatically connect with the PMDG with any of the hardware. So, the only time it didn't work, or at least the only time the MCP didn't work, was when it was pre-release. But I've never had an issue with not connecting, so there might be something on your end that's being finicky. Close it out, make sure it's updated, launch as admin, give it another shot. Cali Simmer, the 43 months Cali Simmer? My goodness. We have a high wind warning here in SoCal starting this afternoon, though. Saturday, just through Saturday, just saying. Ooh. High wind warning in SoCal sounds like a great time to fly a Huey. We shall see. Thanks for the update, Cali Simmer. Got a Bolt 280,000 pounds of A300 and 5,700 runways. It's SNA, needs my attention. It's Class DJ SimPod. Are you recording it? I want to see the video. I want to see A300 landing at John Wayne. Take it easy, bud. Thanks for stopping by. CFII was the most fun check ride I've had. Felt more like a conversation. Yes, that is a fair assessment. I would agree with that. What's that? Off-scheduled descent. Really? Oh, you know what? I bet that happened because we reset the weather. I bet it happened because we reset the weather. We'll ignore that. Recall, off-schedule descent light, pressurization is working. We're fine. We're looking good. In FS 2020, you had to edit the config file, broadcast PMDG. Oh, Arson, I would not know about 2020. I didn't even have this hardware until 2024. So, yeah, 2024, I just downloaded it, or just, yeah, installed SimMap Pro, and it was good to go out of the box. Can you turn some switches on the overhead? Which ones you want to turn? Reset the cabin and flight utility. Wait, don't jinx it? Why? Was Nabil trying to saboteur us, Hotshot? Nabil was trying to saboteur the stream? Nabil has entered saboteur status. Once you enter saboteur status, you never come out of saboteur status. I will never listen to Nabil Hamdoui on stream again. Unacceptable. There was a bug where all the switches sound breaks allegedly, and he was checking if you had it. So far you don't. Interesting. So he was trying to saboteur my stream so he could have company with his silent switches. Interesting. Saboteur confirmed. Marcel Fabiano, the $20 super chat. Marcel, very, very kind of you, sir. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. It says, V1, whenever you're in Miami, pass by OPF Airport. I own a 141 flight school called Go Fly Academy. It will be a pleasure to take you for a scenic flight on my Cirrus. Take care. Marcel Fabiano, I'm going to have a lot of time out there, my friend, so I will definitely keep that in mind. Go Fly Academy. All right. Thank you so much, my friend, for the $20 super chat. I will be spending a lot of time out there. Thank you, man. Very, very kind of you. And that's awesome. We got a flight school rocking out there in South Florida. Very cool. Dougal McTavish. Dougal McTavish dropping 10 gifted memberships. One of the OG members to ever hit the stream. Thank you, mate, Dougal. Really appreciate you, man. Hope you had a wonderful week. Hope you're getting ready to have a nice weekend. Do some flying. Do some group flying. Appreciate the support, Dougal. Very kind of you, my friend. What's your favorite livery from the Legacy Big Three? You're talking current livery, like current American, no retro liveries? So it's American, Delta, United? I'd have to go with American, United, then Delta. Now, if United had the old, like pre-merger livery before they went with that blue thing, I would have gone United, American, Delta. But I like the old United better than the post-merger blue, gray, boring one. But if retros are allowed, then American. Any one of the 7.3 retro American liveries are the best. If I can do Southwest, I would put Southwest Canyon Gold up there as one of my favorites as well. Initial post-merger. Yeah, initial post-merger, correct. So it was like the Continental scheme, but it said United on it. I don't really like that one, but I like it more than the American one. I still have Bucky's Fudge left that I'm enjoying now. What's your favorite? Oh, nice, Jeremy. Yeah, the Bucky's Fudge is pretty delicious, my man. All right, we'll go ahead and set Magic Barrel Ref 3009. Flight attendants, please prepare for landing. Let's do a descent check to the line, please. Or excuse me, no, descent checklist. Captain promise. Altimeters 3009. Set. Approach preparation complete. Pressurization checked. We've still got the off-schedule descent light. That's associated. Train display. First officer's got it on his side. Lights are set. Descent check is complete. Lights aren't set. I lied. Oops, don't want to start that. What's my favorite Bucky's Fudge? I like the coffee one, to be honest with you. Desert Gold, that's what I meant. Yeah, Desert Gold. Astrojet, US Air throwback for AA. Yeah, Astrojet first. US Air throwback. Then American bare metal, I still think that was the most just classy. You know, the 737s, when you saw the NGs, the same livery that was on the Mad Dogs. The classic red, white, and blue stripe down the fuselage. I think that was a real cool look. After the merger with US Airways, every airline just became a billboard. It was just a billboard airline. At least American went with a gray, and it's actually a kind of a nice metallic gray instead of plain white. Plain white is so boring. You know, United is mostly plain white. Delta's all plain white. At least American's got some paint on there. Thoughts on the Alaska and new plastic Princess 7.8? I be honest with you, I could take or leave the livery on the 7.8. I could take or leave it. I know what they're trying to do, make it look like the Northern Lights, right? Yeah, it's all right. It's not something I'm going to look at like, wow, that's amazing. It's all right. It's mostly all white. Now, if they would have done, you know, a white to fade to black with the Aurora Borealis theme, that would be really cool. Something that pops. I'm just so tired of white airplanes, man. They're so boring. PSA smiley face is a good one. Continental 75300, no winglets, very hard to beat, Bo Dix. You know what beats it? American bare metal, no winglets on a 200 out of Miami and Blue Hour going down to Tontine, which is what we're going to do when Bluebird drops. We're going to ride the speed break down. Let's go ahead and get the 10,000 feet. That's coming on. These are coming on.
Heavy traffic, Lear 646 South Whiskey, 6,000, 4,000, flag, 153 left.
I guess tower's still on for that Learjet. All right, before descent check, or excuse me, before landing checks the line, approach brief, complete, seatbelts on, PA, recall checked, that's associated. Auto brakes as required, HUD set, radios display set, and cross check before landing check us to the line. That Lear is in front of us over Morea. Oh, no, Miami Tower's closed. All right, cool. All right, so we'll stay on 22.8. Hotshot, thank you for the $2 super chat. Mr. Borris Audio Works himself. COM 3 to mask to get passenger sounds. COM 3 to mask. COM 3. Thank you, Hotshot. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for $2 super chat. I feel bad. Hotshot's got a super chat to showcase his sound pack. Is there going to be an update fee, Hotshot? Oh, yeah. Now we have passenger sounds. Shh, shh, shh. No free update. Where is the outrage? How do you get the landing lights instead of the 4 in the FMC? Yes, Holden. You can select in the FMC PMDG aircraft options if it has LED light control. So these are the LEDs on the 7.3. Much simpler. On, off. Everything is contained right there in the wing root. That's a FMC PMDG options aircraft LED light control. Oh, as in no fee, free updates, says Hotshot. Oh, okay. Well, actually, it cost you $2 then, because you had a super chat to get the COM 3 mass sounds up. I'm trying, this is really going to make Mike P upset, because I'm flying from the wing view the whole time, because I'm trying to really get a sense of these cabin sounds. Wow, what happened to the weather? Just Florida being Florida. Oh, it's not painting anything. Outside air temp plus 21. A little bit hot. Let's go ahead and pull the speed brakes up. Alright, let's get flight recorder ready. Oh yeah, we can hear the sneezing. I feel like I'm getting sick already. You know it's a good sound pack when I feel like I'm getting sick just listening to the sounds. Heard that guy coughing right behind me. Alright, recorder is ready. Babies are screaming. Miami weather so unpredictable. It makes a good snare for the students. Oh, absolutely, man. You're absolutely right. Take off, it's clearing a million, you come back, and it's a massive thunderstorm over the airport. Okay, midday.
Aviator 646 Southwest, be 10 miles, 8 miles.
Okay, midday sim. Looking very good for midday right now. Love it. I don't know why it's so yellow in the mornings. Miami traffic, American 357 out of 4,500 feet, just over leg, set up for the ILS 9, about a 1.5 mile final for runway 09, Miami traffic. American 357, 4,007, cleared ILS, runway 9 or approach. Look at that. Loc, glide slope. Maintain 4 till established, we're slowing down. And for speed, American 357, reduce speed, maintain 180 knots. 180, coming back. Glide slope, go around altitude is set 3,000. Magenta. I don't know what they say, and I have to learn that. All right, flaps 5, coming out. Zippy, yes. Nighttime Miami is great. Zippy, if you haven't tried it, listen to the wind. Shh, shh, shh. Zippy, you need to plan a flight to land in Miami at the blue hour morning. So do a flight and like time it so you're landing at that where the sun isn't up yet, so all the lights are on, but you got this blue hue and you're coming in over the water. It's beautiful, man. Miami is probably my favorite morning, early morning departure airport. It's just, I don't know, there's something about the vibe in Miami early morning. But nighttime is definitely nice too. Gear down. We need to slow this puppy down. Flaps 15. Speed brake arm. Man, we're gonna be tight maybe here. Let's see. Flaps 30. Wait, what happened there? Yeah, flaps 30. That's 40. What happened there? Why did it go to 40? Is our flap lever all right? Okay, flaps 30. That was weird. Before landing checklist below the line. Speed brakes armed, green light, gear down and green. Flaps 30, green light, before landing checklist complete. Autopilot's coming off. Oh man, we were right in trim. We didn't have to touch it. Miami traffic, American 357, 6 mile final, number 09, Miami. Wind's right down the pipe.
1,000.
Thousand feet stable, clear to land. Auto throttles away. Love it. I love that magnetic auto throttle switch.
$500. 400. 300. Approaching minimums. Minimums. 100. 50, 30, 20, 10.
Deployed. Manual brakes. $70 knots. Chad, I think we're ready for sim. I think we are ready for sims. I think we are ready. I think I landed better than the A320 too, D-Dom, I'll be honest with you. We'll see what happens when we get to the real bird, but I'll tell you what, it sure felt nice. Alright, we'll stop the recording. Make sure nobody's blasting off this parallel here. We'll cross, we'll cut over, and then we'll head to parking. I have volume limiter on in sound settings. No, I don't have any volume limiter on, Hotshot. No volume limiter. Alright, clear left, I think. Yep, clear to cross. Where is volume? You're talking about in the sim settings? I'm pretty sure I have all that off. I'll double check. Alright, let's go ahead and do an after landing flow. So trim reset to 5. That's stowed. Flaps are coming up. Flight directors off, down, up here, lights. Here, you set. We can probably spin you as well. Alright, we'll go, instead of going all the way around the airport, let's park here, because I want to watch the replay multiple times. Oh, forgot the auto brakes. Off. Alright, APU is spooling. We'll park right here. Taxi lights coming off, APU on bus. Erp. All right, brakes are set. Let's go ahead and run the first officer shutdown flow. So we're gonna go here, here. Let's take a listen. I should have recorded the shutdown sound. That was awesome. All right, that's coming off. Boom, boom, transponder, standby. Everything is clear here on the EFIS. Come back up top. We'll say it's been 3 minutes since it's been running, so we'll get the APU bleed on. Packs are on. Window heat, probe heat, hydraulics, emergency exit lights, seatbelt sign. And I believe that's it. We'll check fluids, 92, and oil 17, 18, looking good. Parking checklist, we'd run it. Cool, we're gonna skip that. Let's take a look at the replay. So real quick, he says he wants to check, what? In sound settings? Let's see, we're gonna listen to the replay sounds. Oh, there's a TWA retro over there. Settings, audio. Loudness limiter is off. Off, 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 off. You think I would have that on? Come on, Turk Heron, get out of here, dude. I know my sim. Alright. Yes, it is your fault. Absolutely, Hotshot. Unbelievable. We'll disconnect from Veo. And let's run these to run. We'll run the gens. Well, we'll get those in a minute. We'll do this. We don't get noise. And that's fine. We'll have to turn the APU bleed off. Should be fine. Get the lights back on. Do all of this. And I think... Yep. Get the flaps out to full. Oh, let's check our landing rate. $167 according to Volenta. A 167 at 1.1 G. Not bad. New touchdown and ground roll sounds. All right. Let's see what they sound like here. New touchdown sounds and ground roll sounds as we spin it up. Can you show the replay from the spotter? Oh, yeah. Oh, from the railroad? I'll have to find where the railroad is. I'm going to put you back on bus because Borris said that the APU is too loud. So we'll shut the APU off for replay. Flaps 30 coming in. I guess that's flaps 40. I don't know what was my flap lever. Let me show you. I'm going to go back sim time. My favorite time to land this thing would be blue hour daytime. Let's do that. Keep the weather the same, but I'm just going to show you blue hour morning in Miami. Special. Look at that. I love that feature about replay mode in Microsoft.
500.
Really wish you could do that in X-Plane 12. See, X-Plane 12, you can only watch the replay on whatever time of day you landed on.
Approaching minimums.
Like, that's sick right there.
Minimums.
Ready to aviate sticker? Alright, let's take a listen. Shh. was that brake squeal? That was sick. I love it. I'm gonna listen to it spool down here. A little more buzz in replay. A little more buzz, Hotshot. Can we increase that buzz just a little bit? A little more cinematic buzz? I'll send you my Venmo. That was pretty. That brake squeal was. That was pretty sweet. Let's take a look at outside view. A little brake squeal on the initial touchdown. That was really cool. So hold on. We're gonna mute the sounds. We're gonna go outside, reset view. We gotta do this, and we'll do it from this angle right here. Right about here. Center you up, zoom you in. Right about there. Lock it. Throw it back. Sounds on. Looks like someone else is on final on Beyond ATC. Let's take a listen to the outside sounds for Borris. Gosh, I wish the draw distance was a little further out. That gave you goosebumps? Yeah, that was pretty sweet. That little... The 737. Oh, hold on. Let's wind this back. Let's see this AI land. I think, yeah, I disconnected from the network. Let's see this AI land. We're behind them. Miami or America 357, you're number 2, short final. Following traffic close in there on short finals. Another American 73. Ooh! Smashing. Alright, I'll get rid of the AI traffic. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up. Actually, before I do sail, one more time from the wing view. Look at this. Chat, hit the like button for Borris Audio Works. Don't do it for me. Hit the like button for this video so people will see Borris Audio Works and be like, what? So, it's for Borris, it's not for me. Soon, TM, release date, Borris? Soon, TM? I want to see this, see if we get another brake squeal on this next touchdown. That rollback, 10 for 10. That rollback, that squeal. My goodness. Alright. Wind it back. One more time. I'll let you have a full replay here. Actually, let's do a couple more close-ups and then I'll give you one full one to wrap it up. That's going to do it for this stream. There won't be a second stream today.
Too low. Terrain.
I don't believe.
Too low. Terrain.
Yeah, it's already 1:45. I don't think so today. But tomorrow might be our last stream for a while. So I'm not sure what we're flying, when we're flying it. I don't know if I want to do 7.3. I don't know if I want to do long haul. I don't know what we're going to do if we do failure stream. But be on the lookout for that. Probably going to have one final stream tomorrow. And then we're off to Sims and studying. Oh my goodness. Just beautiful. So you guys have been awesome. I hope you've enjoyed kind of going through the initial learning phase of the 7.3 with me. I mean, we went from taking, what, 20 minutes, 30, or actually more than like almost an hour to get off the gate, right? To being able to push back, get off the gate within 30 minutes of stream start, do cross bleeds, do ground air starts. We all got to experience it together. I thought that was quite fun. There'll be plenty more coming. Once I get out of training, get back on the line, schedule kind of stabilizes, I look forward very much to hanging out with y'all some more. So, until the next one, most likely tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, it's not going to be for a while. Stay safe, stay healthy, go Miami. Hey, we're landing in Miami. Go figure. Perfect flight. I didn't even plan that. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Borris. Shout out to Hot Shop for the Borris Audio Works sound pack. Until the next one, stay safe, stay healthy on V1. See you!
$500.